have a depth chart, but are you guys operating with like Tommy and Dane are like co-number ones, and then Andrew and?
Today they're both number ones, and I think we're going to go through the scrimmage with both those guys sharing reps. At the end of the day, the reps for Tommy and Dane were identical, and the reps for Everett and Andrew will be identical. And then at the end of the 3 days, one or more of those guys may get a few more reps than the other guys once we really can start getting an initial evaluation on them. But as you know, this is very fluid. It's very, very fluid because the quarterbacks aren't getting hit. So their mindset and demeanor is totally different when they're out there in a red jersey as opposed to being in a blue jersey or a white jersey and they're getting knocked around.
How much more do you think the read option could be part of your offense this year, just based on the guys that you have and the fact that you just have more guys?
Well, I think both of them are important points because at the end of the year, we just didn't have enough quarterbacks to run any option because, as you saw when Dane pulled the ball against Michigan, I think the first or second time of that game he pulled the ball, made a great decision and got hit. It really put us in a bind because we were playing two guys that we just really weren't ready to play yet.
Yeah.
Now, with more depth, we can afford to have our quarterback run and really open up another dimension to our offense. So yeah, the option is going to be really important for the two younger guys and also important for the two older guys.
Brian mentioned they're going to have two jerseys too.
Yeah, we're gonna see those guys hit now. I mean, we saw Dane get hit enough, and I saw Tommy get hit enough. It's Everett and Andrew who have our questions. So they tell me Andrew was pretty tough down on the scout team, of course, and Everett was an exceptional player in high school, but he was very hard to tackle, so he didn't get hit very much. So this is a whole new level, a whole new world for these guys, and I would like to see how those guys not only perform when they get hit, but how they perform the next play when they get off the ground and their head spinning.
Charlie, in terms of the playbook, there are certain things that Dane does well, certain things Tommy does well, Andrew does well, Everett does well. Can you open it up a little bit more for the specific type of player that you have? In other words, Everett runs the option extremely well.
Yep.
Dane runs it well, but not as good probably as Everett. I mean, can you incorporate all the players and everything you have within the playbook?
Every player will know how to run every play, but when it gets right down to it, when we're playing South Florida in the opening game, if Dane Chris is in at quarterback, there'll be certain plays that will heavily emphasize with Dane, knowing that other plays are in the game plan. Dane could run them, but we may choose to wait and say, you know what, we're doing fine without Dane running those plays, or we may say it's time to get Everett in the game or Andrew in the game, and we're going to do some things that really take advantage of their dual threat capabilities.